and the people of Ngora are bound to benefit.
We have already tried to engage with the people of Ngora, and many of them are telling us they are giving a feedback on the issue of the messages the president is giving. So I want to thank the president for that, because he's actually educating us as the people of Uganda. I want to appeal to the leaders and the people of Uganda to remember that 2026 we must not forget to vote for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, because we cannot miss out on an opportunity that God has given this country.
The NRM presidential candidate is scheduled to continue his campaign in Bukedia and the Bugisu sub-region district of Sironko tomorrow on Wednesday. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Ngora.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has also campaigned in Kumi district, referring to his competitors as those without a clear vision and track record in both leadership and development. At this point, the president says his own track record speaks for itself.
Artists led by Moses Sali aka Bebe Cool led the morning celebrations at Kumi grounds.
To support a government that will give you peace, a government that will give you programs that will help you.
They were later joined by the team led by the Speaker of Parliament, Antanita Mountwenches Terali.
Your NRM, all women for.
In the afternoon, the NRM presidential candidate made his way in. The NRM local leadership team officiated the opening session of the public rally.
Excellency, allow me on behalf of the people of this Kumi district to formally welcome you to Kumi district.
In a joint memo presented to the party chairman, more requests were tendered in for Kumi district.
We have challenges: inadequate number of complementary road equipment like bulldozers, excavators for graveling roads.
They were supported by the national party leaders, who invited the president to deliver his address.
Because in you, sir, you have taught us prioritization, you have taught us focusing, you have taught us the purpose of serving the people.
Your Excellency, people of Kumi are determined people, and I believe they are determined to vote for you this time.
Thank you so much for the peace that you brought to this region, specifically Kumi, for today.
As part of his address to Kumi voters, President Museveni gave a report card of the NRM government, mainly in the infrastructure sector.
We have now secured money to tarmac the road from Kumi, Ngora, Serere, Kagwara, Bugondo.
Still in the sector of economic infrastructure, President Museveni prides in the strides made towards electrification of Kumi district.
Nyero, my camp, has electricity.
If for other sectors like health and education, the NRM presidential candidate reports accounts for major boosts.
So the plan is upgrade Angaria, Health Center 2, Health Center 3 in Academy sub-county.
According to the president, Ugandans must wake up and take wealth creation seriously.
So therefore, please, we are continuing with sending money for wealth creation.
Giving an example of mismanagement of Bugisu Cooperative Union assets by a one Nandala Mafabi who is now contesting for president, Museveni reveals how he saved the situation.
This industrial park is 1 square mile. I bought it from Nandara. You know Nandara? The one who has been going around that he wants to be president, He was running badly Bugisu Union, and they were in debt.
This land was then given away for investment, and now the area has become a center for jobs and investments, according to the president.
An American was about to take the land. I paid the American and took the land. And when these people wanted an industrial park, I gave it to them 1 square mile. All those, that is a city of factories now.
And hereafter, the president was driving the core point of widening the job market.
They confused people. Talk of government jobs. All the government jobs are 480,000. How can 480,000 jobs satisfy us?
Museveni, who has run his long month campaign trail without giving attention to his competitors, has for the first time given them a loose mention.
When you hear that NRM is presenting itself again for you to elect them to lead us, it is because of what NRM has done and is planning to do. I push. Does anybody doubt that? Who brought I push? Is it Nanda Ramafabi? Is it Chaguranyi? Is it Mugisha Muntu who left the army long ago? There are even others. There's somebody called Kasese. Have you ever heard of him? We've got proof. I can show you that this one this is what we wanted to do, and this is what we did.
President Museveni will campaign in Bukedea on Wednesday, 5th November 2025, and exit the sub-region to Bugisu through Sironko district. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, a new political dawn is unfolding in Teso sub-region as the ruling National Resistance Movement embarks on a powerful journey of reconciliation and unity. Once divided by internal differences, the region's top political figures are now mending fences and joining hands. This is sending a strong signal that the yellow bus is back on the road, driving towards victory and development.
It was a turning point for NRM politics in Teso as Minister Peter Ogwang and Vice President Jessica Alupo reunited on Saturday. It is a gesture that has inspired a wave of reconciliation across the region.
Honorable Peter Ogwang is my son. Some people have been saying we have issues. We have no issues with Honorable Peter Ogwang.
Just 2 days later, in Soroti City, Captain Mike Mukura and David Calvin Echiodu sealed another chapter of unity with a public handshake. The moment drew cheers from supporters and party loyalists.
My two brothers today have agreed to work together and support NRM, deliver NRM, and build NRM.
The region's progress depends on collective effort and loyalty to the party's broader vision for development and stability.
We are only appreciating what the president has done for us and what he has done for the community. So we are now putting people together to rally behind the NRM government, the flag bearers, and President Museveni.
We as the leaders of the people, we are the leaders who come from this region, have to work together for the much needed transformation and prosperity of the people.
It is a gesture senior NRM party leaders are welcoming.
People love the party more than themselves because you cannot be parallel when you are within the party. A party unites everybody, and as long as you love the party, you must reconcile.
What we are building is a unity of purpose. So we want NRM to have a unity of purpose and to consolidate that, to build on that, to have a stronger NRM. I think we are going to continue working on that, and we are going to unite NRM not only in Teso but Eastern region.
After all, there is no permanent enemy as far as politics is concerned.
As President Yoweri Museveni campaigned in Kumi district, this renewed solidarity is a show of strength and gratitude.
We are aspiring to be at the center of governance in this country, and so as a people we are here to say we are grateful to the NRM government, particularly the president, for loving the Teso. So what you're seeing here today and what you're seeing in Teso across is just a vote to say thank you.
We have been given by His Excellency better roads more than any town, better roundabout more than any town. So on that note, first of all, we must thank him and we must glorify Almighty for that. And what I have seen, Kumi people, we vote His Excellency, the President, because of the gain they have had.
The NRM's renewed spirit in Teso is a sign that when unity takes the front seat, transformation drives the journey. Henry Okrut, UBC.
In the other camps, the FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has encouraged the people of Budaka to revive growing of cotton so that they put on clothes done and made by cotton from Uganda. Addressing a rally in Ikiki Town Council, Mafabi sounded disappointed over removing the ginaries and also destroying district farm institutes.
The FDC presidential candidate has started his campaign rallies in Budaka with Kamonkoli, then Ikiki Town Council, where he opened an office. While accompanying the candidate, the FDC president, Patrick Oboy Amoriat, urged the Electoral Commission to be fair in the election because they plan to put up a tally center to monitor their vote.
That Nandala and his team will protect your votes. We have put in place mechanisms. We will have our own tally center. And what you have to do is protect that vote at the polling station, bring the results to our tally center, and we shall announce the right results, not the results announced by the forgery that the Electoral Commission may want to indulge in.
Ik Cotton Ginnery in Budaka has been non-functional and in a stage of despair for years due to the decline in industry, financial mismanagement, and eventual sale of the ginnery to a private investor. Mafabi said a good leader adds on a development. He encouraged the people to grow cotton, promising to revive the North Bukedi Cooperative Union that managed Ik Cotton Ginnery.
The price of the cotton, it was very low. That's why people decided, and the cotton needs a lot of time, a lot of period to grow, to weed, to suppress some.
African textile mill ATM gemawulira ngambale ekyaliwo lwaki yafa kuba omuntu tabagaza engoye zoyambadde zino zonna kwateko vote kugikwateko erimoki cotton erimoki afundo wane wafe bukedi watu balete pambo okuva China balete pambo okuva Egypt.
The candidate received gifts in most places he held rallies. However, the rally in Kachomo went over a fight between supporters of different presidential candidates, attributing the fight to posters, which forced the police protecting the candidate to fire live bullets and disperse the crowds that had become rowdy.
When the scuffle getting out, so I asked my guards. Then they explained to me that it was people of Bob Wine, the new people who were coming in to attack our rally. And I'm sure that's how it began. So, but what I'm trying to tell people, that's not really nice. I want to tell our teams, especially candidates, to inform their supporters. We're in an election. Why should you fight? Everybody has this day. For us, this is our day here. So it looks unfortunate, but I'm happy it is under control.
Very ugly scene there, and we should discourage it. In the NUP camp, the presidential candidate Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu has campaigned in Sembabule and Lyantonde districts, that is in Greater Masaka sub-region, rallying support for his presidential bid. Chagulanyi, accompanied by party leaders, urged the residents to vote for the umbrella symbol, promising to build a new Uganda.
People power! Our power! NUP! Everywhere!
The National Unity Platform candidate's visit drew excited crowds who followed him to his rallies, disrupting normal business in both districts. During the event, Honorable Goreti Namuga decried the lack of higher institutions and a major hospital in Sembabule district. In his bid, Kyagulanyi reiterated commitment to fighting land grabbing. Kyagulanyi pledged to establish regional capital cities, construct airports in different regions, and ensure roads, hospitals, and schools in every area.
Enjiri ya kubeera wamu, enjiri ya kwegatta. Bannayuganda eno Uganda yensi esinga obuto, mwe musinga obuto, naye babakuze babayigiriza nti oli bw'ataba wa ggwanga lyo, bw'ataba wa kabira yo, oyo si munno, oyo tolina mwesiga. Ne batukuumira amaze ebbanga ddene nga baganda baffe abalango babatusalako, nyina essanyu bategeeza nti kati twegasiira kika.
Kyagulanyi further promised that education would be free, with meals provided, and that electricity and clean water would reach every household. Kyagulanyi emphasized that Ugandans will benefit from their country's natural resources as long as they vote NUP or the umbrella symbol, promising to build a new Uganda.
Togenda kuddamu kulaba abantu balinnyira ddembe ly'abuntu. Togenda kuddamu kulaba abavubuka batayaaya nga tebalina mirimu kyokka nga basomye. Ebyenjigiriza bigenda kutereera, ebyenzijanjaba bitereere. Bakyogeddeko ddera nziramu okittanya ti abo abasirikale nammwe abalina baganda bammwe abakola mu poliisi n'amagye mukube gudiikudde. Muddeeyo mubagambe balonde Kyagulanyi kuba omusaala gwabwe gugenda kulinnyisibwa. Omusirikale asembayo okufuna ssente ndona agenda kufuna kakadde. Abasomesa n'abasawo nabo mubagambe be balidde empanga. Bannange nga bwe mbagambe tulina lwali ttaano ate buli wamu tulina okutuukawo. Ensonga lwaki mbadde njagala okutuukawo nojogere nawe njagala batunule mu maaso babuulire baana ba maama nti kisoboka.
Joseph Kigozigola and Jamil Sekaja for UBC.
The ANT, that is Alliance for National Transformation, presidential candidate General Mugisha Muntu has campaigned in Oyama and Omoro, garnering support for his Alliance for National Transformation presidential bid in the Lango sub-region. Muntu tackled pressing issues, including the deteriorating education system and rampant poverty that have plagued the northern region.
General Mugisha Muntu kicked off his campaigns in Kamdin Town Council, where he addressed his enthusiastic supporters.
President shouldn't be looking for a vote this time round. He should have retired, and he should have simply been guiding in transition processes that would be stable. Unfortunately, the constitution was amended and it was opened up. Now it is open-ended. As you notice, General Museveni is around looking for votes for another time.
At Kona Kamdin, Muntu said the poverty levels are alarming in northern Uganda, with many people struggling to make ends meet through casual works, commonly known as juakali.
If you're a president for 40 years, and there are no drugs in hospitals, and a common person who can't afford private hospitals because they are very expensive, how do you expect them to survive?
At Kamdin Town Council, many people struggle to make ends meet, relying on roadside vending to afford their daily meals.
That was government to help her by bringing changes, and she's already old, and she would be home when she's getting some help.
That's why we are facing a very uncertain future where we are heading. 7 doesn't know how to get out, he wants to continue.
On his way, General Mugisha Muntu made stopovers at Kona Atapala Abel Sub-County and Lolo Town Council in Oyam District. He highlighted the need for sustainable livelihood opportunities. General Muntu promised to empower farmers through cooperative schemes to improve livelihoods and boosting agricultural production.
System for farmers to acquire oxen and plows, but you also have to organize them around cooperatives.
In Opit Town Council and Palenga in Omoro District, General Muntu emphasized the need for urgent reforms in education to improve access to quality education. Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
The NRM Treasurer, Barbara Nekesa, has called on NRM parliamentary flag bearers and district executive committee members across Bukedi to intensify mobilization for President Museveni. She made the remarks during the dissemination of findings from Bukedi Sub-Region Service Delivery Handbook in Palisa District. We'll get to the Bukedi story a little later. Moving on, Prime Minister Robin Anabanja has directed businessman Hamis Chigundu to open up more culverts to allow the smooth flow of water into the Nachivubo Channel. This is after the Prime Minister today visited the affected traders in their shops downtown Kampala to witness by herself the extent of the damages caused by the floods.
This morning, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Anabanja, spent most of her time inspecting traders who lost their merchandise following the heavy downpour that caused the flooding of the city buildings on the 29th of October last week. Anabanja had just returned from Egypt, where she had gone to represent the president, and she returned to quickly address the plight of the traders following President Museveni's directive. It's not yet clear how many traders were affected by the floods and the costs involved, but it is evident that the damage is big. The Prime Minister was accompanied by the Minister for Kampala, Hajat Misa Kabanda, her Deputy, Chofa Togabye, Kampala Executive Director, Sharifa Buzeki, and the Kasese technical officials. Practical as she is, Nabanja entered the Nachivubo drainage channel to identify the challenges that could have caused the flooding, and she addressed the media in the drainage channel.
I'm of the view that construction can go up, but down here, you don't know what will happen tomorrow. It may rain again. So the construction of caravans should start now to avoid a repeat of what happened.
Businessman Hamis Chigundu was at this point together with the Prime Minister, where she directed him to open up more culverts to allow the smooth flow of water into the Nachivubo Channel.
I think everybody has seen that the drainage channel has been constructed. Then too, according to the engineers, we have also seen that the culvert crossings that are supposed to carry water to the drainage channel are limited. And so I want to direct that you open you open space for more culverts so that they can bring as much volume of water into the channel.
So our intention of developing the channel was to mitigate the problems that were here. We are not developing this channel in bad faith, but simply to bring what is wrong right. Secondly, we had a lot of wounds and thieves snatching because things are hiding in this channel, and we have to eliminate that. Many people have lost lives here since it was an open channel, and the channel had to be covered so that we have security for life. And equally, as you know, the channel is right next to the stadium, constructed a very good international stadium, but the channel has always degraded this entire surrounding area, including the security. So to mitigate all that, we advised actually by CAF that this channel needs to be redeveloped if it is to meet the standards as required internationally.
We also need to have the water, the storm water, be able to flow into that control channel and also enter the main channel here. But as you have observed, Prime Minister, those pipes are not enough, and we have guided him to ensure that he expands.
The Prime Minister, together with her team of ministers, assured the traders that President Museveni condoles with them, and they assured them of his support.
Era President n'agamba tujja kusindika ttiimu eyeetengeredde, tujja kusindika ttiimu nnyingi okulaba nga tufuna abo bennyini abaakoseddwa. Basaba muyimuke mujje nga Prime Minister bw'agambye okuwandiika abalozi ebintu, mbasaba tuwandiike amannya g'abantu abafiiriddwa nga tugawandiika mu bwerufu, kuba kati omuntu ajja kuvayo agambe nange ebyange byafudde nange ebyange byafudde. Era tujja kusaba tugenda mu lukiiko kati.
Abaganda bagamba eryokanga n'etonnya, badde ennyumba ano ne bayigiriya nti nena mu mwatulekerera nti temwatuwandiikira mpapula kati empapula zibaliisa.
Later, the Prime Minister convened a meeting at her office in Kampala to further find a solution to the problem, but allowed the development to continue.
This man has helped us. He has done a good job, as you can see. So he just needs technical support so he can complete his construction. But of course, as you can see the season, it is still raining heavily. He also appreciates this, that you need to work with our engineers. The President directed that the engineers from the Ministry of Works, the engineers from KCCA, and maybe they can help your own engineers so that we can come up with the best.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for silk vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product. Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked, customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're now. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800 217 200 or WhatsApp 0707 993 930.
Wendy Wonawoli.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. The Director of Communications at Parliament, Chris Obore, has lashed out at the Leader of the Opposition, Joel Senyonyi, for peddling lies against the reputation of Parliament. This follows the Leader of the Opposition's claims that This follows Senyonyi's claims that 4 backbench parliamentary commissioners have awarded themselves 1.6 billion shillings in disguise of service awards. The Leader of the Opposition adds that the funds have been disbursed through the parliamentary circle to aid the beneficiaries in their respective political campaigns.
The leader of opposition in Parliament, Joel Senyonyi, has presented fresh claims that the parliamentary backbench commissioners have swindled 1.6 billion shillings, taxpayers' money. Joel Senyonyi addressed the media, accusing commissioners including Solomon Silwanyi, Matthias Mpuga, Prosia Kampurira and Esther Afoichan of sharing 400 million each, disguised as service awards.
And to avoid a paper trail, this money was received through the parliamentary circle. Now, these people, through their agents, have been recently, and specifically last week, been spreading propaganda that I also received a service award. Some of you probably saw those things.
When asked about the facts to support his claims, Senyonyi was hopeful of the time factor.
Never. By the time I say something, it's because I've taken time to be sure of this. So I didn't get this information this morning or even yesterday. A while back, but I took time to be sure this is factual before I can talk about it. And that's why all the issues that I've said, do you remember when, with the first service award, they first denied, as you all saw.
The Director of Communications at Parliament, Chris Obore, denies the allegations.
He's becoming a public liar to keep saying Parliament is paying out service awards. I think the only thing we need to accept as media, but I think he loves limelight so much than institutional building. There is no way the clerk to Parliament will pay any staff, any MP, be it a commissioner, without going through the IFMIS system. SACCO is not a supplier of government.
You know, when you talk to the media outside there, you talk your nonsense. Let him come to the floor of Parliament and raise this matter. If it is true, let him come. I challenge him to come to the floor of Parliament. So it is just a baseless issue that is talking out of excitement that I've seen on social media.
This is the second time the Parliamentary Commission is facing similar allegations relating to service awards. High Court Judge Douglas Singiza declared the first allegations legit, closing the chapter.
Remember, the service award we talked about the other time was through the Parliamentary Commission and through the minutes of the Parliamentary Commission, and it was a one-off. So there is nothing he's talking about.
If any of these commissioners want to be awarded, and I've heard some of them say former leaders have been awarded, former vice presidents, prime ministers, and so on, let them bring an amendment to the law. We have a law called Emoluments and Benefits of the President, Vice President, and Prime Minister. When those people leave office, there are benefits which they get.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Local leaders in Buhuhira sub-county, Busongora North, have tasked families whose members disappeared from the communities to account for their whereabouts within 7 days before the authorities take action.
Busongora North County has always been an epicenter for panga-wielding atrocities in the Rwenzori region. Buhuhira Sub-County LC3 Chairman Musale Hudson, flanked by his executive committee, said they had just concluded a special sitting to decide a decisive action against families whose members were involved in the attacks.
It is of this incident again, we are trying to see and investigate what could be the problem.
Musale said Buhuhira Sub-County has over the years had incidences of criminality, including the 2016 attack that saw a young man attack an armed soldier with a panga.
Of the recent families that came out last 2016. So this is a different story.
He said as local leaders, they have established that former royal guards released by the government are not part of the recent attacks, but the new emerging group is yet to be established. In a similar development, the local council one chairman, Chitoma Trading Center, said some of the missing individuals whose whereabouts are not yet known have abandoned their businesses to family members. However, the local authorities here have asked the families to report to the office within 7 days.
You never know swanga minya ondo mundu wa woyo na you never nabiri enderenia
bantu balya kutse naye nali babiri kwa bantu batatamenya kutse nali bahambire.
Mr. John Wakigoma, a brother to one of the attackers, condemned the manner in which his brother Wakigoma Gadi died. He said his brother was a church guide, fully committed, but no one amongst the family and the church could believe what happened to his mind.
For us as a family, we would say that however much these people attacked government installations, they should release the bodies to us so that we can bury them than keeping them the other side.
John trashed the rumor that the attack was due to poverty looming amongst the attackers, saying his brother wasn't poor by all standards.
We are not bad off financially. That one should be very clear. Because my brother God has been a businessman. He has been buying coffee. He has a large chamber of coffee. Recently he bought his own land. So I can't really say that he has been looking for money, maybe he's being paid to do that, no.
Pelsi Muhasa, a widow of 6 children, said her husband Katalikawe Mumbere told her he was visiting her family members in Kasese town, but she got information that her husband had been involved in the attack and was killed. She appealed to the authorities to hand over her husband's body to the family for the children to bury their father.
Most of the attacks, police sometimes, families come to police and claim bodies and they give to them. But those ones which will not be claimed, government will bury. We have a burial place where to bury such a people.
She said her husband was a strong pillar towards the survival of the family. Over the years, Pulse has suffered from mental illnesses. However, some leaders in the district have linked the attack to political hate speeches and anti-government mobilization perpetuated by opposition leaders in Busongora North.
State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, has flagged off 209 awardees for further studies in different STEM subjects in Algeria. He says the ministry's support to the scholars will drive technological transformation.
The government has flagged off 209 scholarship beneficiaries to pursue science-related courses in Algeria universities.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is done. The flag is handed over to one of the students.
Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, reaffirmed government's commitment to promoting education to transform the country.
Learning about Uganda's development opportunities and priorities, and think about how your studies can help address the needs of our communities. When you return, come back ready to serve, to innovate, to lead, and to give back to your country, Uganda.
The Algerian ambassador to Uganda, Morod Amokrain, said the Algerian government has added 50 more scholarships, making the total number available for Ugandan students to 250.
Algeria is also making an additional offer of 20 vocational training scholarships to help Ugandan youth acquire practical and technical skills that are vital for national development. These new opportunities reflect our varying commitment to empowering African youth and strengthening the educational partnership with Uganda.
The Commissioner for Admissions and Scholarships at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Muzamiru Mukwatampola, said the scholars will travel in 3 batches. The first group of 79 students is departing on November 5th, 2025.
The group will be leaving some 5 days later on 9th of this month. And this group has about 65 students. And they'll be traveling aboard Egypt Airlines. The last group will be traveling on the 16th of this month. As we prepare to leave for Algeria, remember you are our ambassadors. We urge you to carry with you the values that define our nation.
And as it flies, we wish them a safe flight to Algeria.
The Worldwide Fund for Nature Uganda has launched a 5-year strategic plan to strengthen conservation efforts, promote community resilience, and support Uganda's sustainable development goals. The 5-year plan starting 2025 to 2030 aligns with Uganda's National Development Plan and emphasizes harmony between people and nature.
2, 1.
Created by Abbey Finance and the Uganda Institute of Banking, the Sustainable Finance Curriculum aids institutions in funding climate-resilient projects.
So the curriculum has been developed in such a manner that we develop critical thinking and ethical decision-making, and lastly, equip financial sector actors with the ability to apply. So it is not just, you will see along the way that there is knowledge, but there is also opportunity to apply. The target audience, financial institutions, of course, and here we are talking the whole range: banking, insurance, capital markets, everybody.
The Bank of Uganda plans to enhance ESG governance and reporting frameworks, recognizing sustainability as essential for financial stability and competitiveness.
Where 72% of our workforce is rooted in agriculture, we are particularly exposed to the climate volatility. Unpredictable weather, prolonged droughts, and catastrophic floods are systemic shocks that erode livelihoods, widen inequalities, and jeopardize our stability. Research clearly demonstrates the cost of inaction. Without decisive climate-focused investment, our national GDP stands to contract by more than 3.1% by the year 2050.
This could be a milestone in professional training for finance practitioners to champion responsible investment and support Uganda's green transition.
The Uganda Institute of Banking and Financial Services is the partner of choice, especially in the financial services sector. They can't cover it all alone. And as Goretti in her presentation showed you, there'll be certificates, accredited certificates, diplomas, masters. So you can see we need partners in the academia. We need partners in the media, fraternity. This messaging and education, the information, educating and communicating needs to happen at various levels, and that's why partnerships across the board are required. So
representatives from the European Union and Denmark say sustainable finance is central to global climate action.
So the consequences are real for people and for the economy, but of course also for you as a sector. It's not, we've heard about ESG today. Honestly, it's not really about ESG. It's about risk in your portfolios.
Making sure that all our development programs include the green element in them, and all our support or a big part of our support is directed towards greening the economy.
Marina Mkose, UBC News.
Uganda has launched a nationwide foot and mouth disease vaccination. Oh, I beg your pardon. Yes, Uganda has launched a nationwide foot and mouth disease vaccination campaign to protect more than 44 million livestock across the country.
In the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries.
But for this purpose, we are covering the 4 strains that are common in the region to make sure that the farmer is not cheated and to make sure that we leave nothing for chance. So I'm sure we are going to be 100% perfect if we get farmers' compliance. I also want to emphasize that if you have 100 cows, we are not going to accept you to vaccinate half of them, because it will create a problem. Those ones which will not be vaccinated will remain as possible source of outbreak in future. We want to make sure that every animal is vaccinated, so that the country is rid of the nuisance of FMD. So we implement targeted mop-up and ring vaccination. This strategy aligns with international best practices and supports Uganda's progress along the regional and global pathway for FMD disease control, thereby enhancing confidence in our livestock and related products for both domestic and export markets.
More than 2,000 people have been left homeless following a series of 3 deadly landslides in Kwen district that have claimed 12 lives. The survivors currently camped at Kabenio camp continue to face harsh conditions and insecurity.
Lighting here, there is nothing, no water, no toilets. But this is a temporary holding facility. This should be a facility that should enable us to survive. We have already been tortured enough by the environment. We cannot expect again that it's the government that is torturing our people. Government should be humane enough and know that these people are suffering. So I want you to give the government a very clear message that we need accountability for what went on in the night here, right, yesterday night. And for me as a legal advisor and a legal personnel, I am going to take up action against government for the good of our people.
In the morning when we were here, around 3 people were missing, and UA had arrested some of them, but of course they have been released. So as we talk, the situation is tense, and we have no other. They have no other place to go. Yesterday, as we were here, it was raining up there, and there was again another very big mudslide that needs to be reported. And of course, those ones have also vacated, and we are just in a dilemma. Now, our question is, our authorities and the government of Uganda, because the minister was here, who is who? It means UA has a different government, and the government of Uganda, headed by His Excellency the President, has a different government.
Members and fellow citizens of Uganda, I don't know whether these are citizens of Uganda or they are not citizens of Uganda.
The other day, the minister came and we were called. Those people who their people died were given 5 million for the party, and those who were in the hospital were given 1 million for treatment. But now, at home there, we don't have where to live. We are in a bare, just a bare ground, and we don't have where our going. So, the other day.
To get the power to win. Njagala ofune lyanyi. Nyo ofune lyanyi okuwangula ogenda kuwangula otya. Ngenda kubanga obukadde 10 buli wiki. Wanti ngenda kubanga kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki ku simu ye nyinyi kyabonka kimu kyokka. Line ya MTN bana beka. Buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula. Ntakwese momo. Mubulira buli ogenda okusasula. Ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo. Oyinza okuba ngenda kwewola ka sente kozesa momo. Wanti ogenda ku investinga kozesa momo. Abo MTN we jamanyi. Nekuwa obukadde 10 buli wiki. Kasese bimala bwe pa wentandika ngamba kiki ekiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tenze tirinyi halo walirudawa zende ggulu halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyiga ma computer nenkuta awa namwenna kasita nabenesi okuberanga mwana wote koze ebintu no amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial star 165 # or use the momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over destruction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
A group of youth from Kamocha and Namuongo have received 2 million shillings from Umoja Wetu Patriotic League of Uganda to boost their circle's capital. The funds were handed over by the chairperson Umoja Wetu and women mobilizer for Chigezi Region Grace Mutebire on behalf of the Patriotic League of Uganda.
During the meeting, Mugabire urged the youth to prioritize savings and investments, emphasizing the need to protect the gains by the NRM government.
We want to protect the gains. We have had a peaceful country for 40 years, and we have made tremendous developments. So we call upon all of us to join the movement to determine the destiny of our country.
She encouraged them to support President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the upcoming elections, warning against individuals with self-seeking interests.
And I'm mindful that there are wrong groups which want to mislead them, promising them lies, telling them that we have new things, and actually these other voices are for personal benefit. So we have advised them to shun the wrong groups that are not going to help them, not going to sustain them, to avoid handouts for monies that they can give them to derail them, but to focus to the progress that is already on and have a purpose and love their country.
The youth were reminded to commit to investments and savings rather than engaging in unproductive activities like gambling. One of the SACCO chairpersons appreciated Umoja Wetu and pledged the group's full support to the NRM government.
Not the contribution. We have started our savings. We have on our account we have some money. So they have helped us. They have topped up something. So that money we are using as a group to help us.
Basaba tubere n'ekiruubirirwa kuba bwe muneegatta ekisooka okuwesa ssente z'emyoga ne PDM bamuleetedde abatalina kye balina naye mwe mulina kye mukola.
Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin. Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin. Check out the cup. SMS the code. Wangule virabo. Tulaga manyi. Karuka sita wabuza.
Masabu maji. Masabu maji.
Bikole Masavu ne Premier Distilleries. Simply buy Coffee Spirit or Simba Gin. Check under the cap, send the code to 6688 and stand a chance to win border borders, tuk-tuks, cash, airtime, flat screens, mobile phones and a grand prize of 50.
boxing national team has conducted the final training drills ahead of the first day of the boxing competition at the 6th Islamic Games in Riyadh City, Saudi Arabia.
It was a grueling 3-hour session that commenced with a morning jog around the state-of-the-art Riyadh University Recreation and Sports Center. The jog was followed by sprints and stretching drills under the guidance of head coach Sam Kabugo.
Our focus today was mainly on maintaining what we've done before, because this period is referred to as the competition period. So right now we are into competition period. From the specific period we get into the competition period, you just have to focus on what you've already done, but with the aim of endurance, speed, and all that. So that's what we've done this morning.
The 4 boxers, Alfred Ojok, Jimmy Adrico, Angel Katushabe and Fatuma Nabikolo, then hit the gym and further engaged in pad work, punching bag and sparring. The day in Riyadh around the Games village for Uganda was made spicy upon the arrival of the Chef de Mission, Haj Sadiq Nasiu. He attended the Chef de Mission's general meeting in the Sports Information Center. He also gave a key update about the status of the team in Saudi Arabia, boldly outlining their readiness as the games near kickoff, starting with the boxing competition that has 2 girls and 2 boys.
We have some small issues here, mainly on the female side. They need a gender certification, and that is the only challenge which we have, and I believe we shall get a solution. Otherwise, the team is okay, and everybody is in good spirit. We are doing the training, the food is good, and the weather is good. We are just looking forward to the competitions to start at the opening ceremony.
Uganda will, at the Islamic Solidarity Games that officially start on Thursday, be represented by 39 athletes from 7 sports disciplines. The table tennis, swimming and some athletes have set off from Entebbe International Airport and are expected in Riyadh on Wednesday morning.
We wish them all the best. Thank you so much for watching. That is all we had for you at this point. Let's get back at 10 p.m. with a bigger arrangement. My name is Michael Jordan Lokoma with Elizabeth Nakakuna and the whole team. Let's catch you then.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability, limited access to